Good morning everyone, my name is Yusuf. In today's video we will be picking up a load from Lewiston, Pennsylvania and take you all the way down to Ontario, California. I arrived here at the shipper last night and I didn't know where to park, but I saw a dock with trees right in front of it, so I figured, you know, they're not going to use this dock, so let me go ahead and park it over here, sleep here the night, and check in the next day, which is today, because the broker said that they won't load you until 11 a.m. You can load between 11 and 2. And I figured, you know what, I'm gonna get there tonight and check in. Well, check in the day after, and if they do load me a little earlier, and then that's fine. If not, then I'll just have to wait. So it's currently 9 a.m. I checked in and they said, yep, there is a guy in front of you, and right after that we can get you loaded. So that's a good sign. I wish I woke up a little earlier and checked in maybe like around 7. I would have been on the road by now. But anyways, let's go around and park at their yard, wait for the yard guy to call us. We got loaded. This is the outcome. These are doors going to Amazon in Ontario, California. It seems like Jeff Bezos in need of multiple ways of entry and exits. So here we are hauling the load for them. I'm just kidding. This is probably going to an Amazon fulfillment center where they're building, and this is how I got it secured. One thing I wanted to emphasize is that you see how this pallet is sitting, or a crate. Whenever you have a crate like this, don't put a strap in the middle. Put a strap where you could see studs like that. That way you can push on the stud and have a good securement. Otherwise, if you put it somewhere over here, then you would definitely break the wood and go through it and damage it, just like I did over here. So don't do the same mistake. I knew it, but I just wanted to test it, and sure enough, it did not meet my qualifications. Anyways, this load needs to be tarped. My phone is ringing. Malik is calling. What's up, Malik? Good morning. How are you doing? Good morning. It's almost 1 p.m. bro. Wake up.
No, man, I'm just disappointed. You know, I'm still at the dealer and they could not find anything.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I called you just I'm trying to tell you what I'm gonna do, because you might have a better idea, you know, because I'm not. I mean, I just texted the broker. I told her, I mean, there is no way that because they told me they still working on it. It's kind of weird situation, you know. They still thinking it's the wiring, you know.
Yeah.
They still thinking it's the wiring.
This is the outcome. Wonderfully tarped. I have a hole over there that I need to fix pretty soon. I remember last year when I hauled a load of steel, one of the dunnages were just so sharp it ripped through it. But it looks nice and organized, right? Nice and tight. By the way, that was Malik calling me. Poor guy. He broke down. Well, he hauled his first load, and on his second load, while he was still away from the receiving location, he broke down. So he had a load going from California to Indiana, and he broke down in Albuquerque. And it seems like it will take a while before they could fix it. So but I hope that everything goes well. I told him if not, then when I pass by Albuquerque after I offload this load, I can do power only. Go ahead and deliver your trailer and then come back, and we can figure that out. But he's just gonna have to let me know in a few days whether he needs that or not. But let me go get my paperwork from the office and get on the road. Good morning from Albuquerque. The load is doing extremely fine. I just had to stop and secure and tighten this strap and that strap because I couldn't tighten it up too much because it would damage the packaging that they had. So that's the tightest I could get. But one thing I was gonna tell you guys is that, remember those cleaner slide that I said in the last video or in the beginning of this video that wasn't working? So basically I went through a super heavy rain. This is working. I went through a super heavy rain, and ironically they all started working back up and they have been working since then. Hopefully it doesn't go off on me again, but if it does, then I'll just have to take it to a utility trailer and see what they could do about it. And also remember Malik, the person that I trained, the gentleman that I trained, basically he broke down on his second load, and I was thinking that if they couldn't get the truck back up and running within the time, by the time I get to Albuquerque, because he broke down literally in Albuquerque, I was gonna go ahead and power only it and deliver it for him, and then once he gets his situation figured out, he could just come and get his trailer, come and get his truck, and then go back and hook up to his trailer. But luckily they got it fixed and he's up and running. But it took them 4 days, so he was down for 4 days. It was like something related with a DEF pressure sensor, and it was really frustrating for him because at the beginning he went to a local shop and they got it fixed. They changed the pressure sensor, but apparently the pressure sensor that they had put, it was defaulting, like it was bad. So he drove for 30 minutes, and then the D-rate thing came back up saying that, hey, you'll drop to, like, I don't know, 5 miles an hour within 3 hours. So he kind of just turned around and came to the dealership, and the dealership was just like playing around, saying, oh, we're checking the wiring, we're checking this and that, and then they end up changing the same sensor, and he was back and running, and that was like $1,600. But luckily he's on the road and he is running. I kind of felt bad. Let me turn on the truck. I kind of felt bad for him because he has spent a lot of money just to get on the road, and he broke down on his second load. But things like that happen. You just have to be prepared for it, you know, financially and emotionally. Good afternoon somewhere from Arizona. We have a good news and a bad news. The bad news is I needed to stop and check and see why is this saran wrapping out of the tarp. Did it come loose or anything? No, I think it's just there you go. We'll throw it to the trash. Yep. So the bad news is that the broker called me a few days ago and said, hey, remember this load was supposed to deliver on Monday? I said, yeah. He said, well, it cannot be Monday, but it has to be Tuesday, meaning that I'll lose a day of work. So they added $450 because I lost a day. But the good news is I was passing by the house and I was like 200 miles away from the house or something. Then when he told me that, I just took an extra day and a half of reset at home. So I pretty much took a total of 3 days off at home, and I rejuvenated and got on the road. Now it would have really sucked if he called me Monday morning and said, hey, they cannot take you today because the contractor has not showed up to the work. That would have sucked, but at least I spent some time home. Anyways, the load is doing perfectly fine other than this trash. But yeah, we have another 6 hours to go. Let's get it done and get this load delivered. Good morning from California. It is currently 5:45 in the morning, and I am 1 block away from the job site where I'll be delivering these loads. This a load of doors. So I looked at the satellite Google Maps and I saw this place, and I figured I would take a chance and go all the way to the shipper, to the receiver, and see if this place, a pullover place, still exists. And turns out that is true. One thing I was gonna say, my appointment, well, I don't have an appointment. People just said go ahead and call before 24 hours before you arrive and let us know that you're coming. So I did that yesterday, and you know how I think I already mentioned there were 3 trucks coming in. One of the trucks called that and said that they were going to be there at 8, and the other one said at 9, and he said, what time are we going to be here? And I said, what is the earliest I could be there? And he said, well, I could get somebody here at 7. And I said, yeah, I'll take the 7 o'clock appointment. So here I am, an hour and 15 minutes away from my appointment, I still have an hour and 15 minutes. What I'm gonna do, I'll go ahead and untarp here, put all of my tarps away, and then hopefully 15 minutes before 7, 6:45, I'll be ready, and then I'll just walk over there and ask them what entrance they want me to come through, because apparently there are 2 entrances and I don't want to go to the wrong one. So let me untarp here and then pick up the vlog after. We got her untarped and she's ready to be offloaded. I called the contractor and he said he's on his way, 5 minutes away, and he said he asked me to stay here until he gets to the job site and figure out what entrance I should be coming in and where they're gonna be offloading me. But other than that, everything looks good, aside than some packaging damages and whatnot. But well, my main concern is this right here. You see what I was talking to you guys about? I said if you don't put the strap right where the studs are like that, you will break the wood or whatever. That's exactly what happened. But I had to put an extra screw nut on top, and there was no way of me to double strap the same location. So just got offloaded. One thing I have never understood is that what's the point of calling 24 hours before if you haven't figured out what gate am I gonna be entering into the property to get offloaded. So that was the whole issue. That wasted an hour of my time, but luckily we're offloaded and we have another pickup. But that'll be in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Bye.